Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Riding on the Strom. We are Greenleaf Springs, Lockwood Valley. Pretty cool. The wind just died down, which is amazing. Let's get going. Really, that's it for the video. I just wanted to record this straight road that goes on and on and on forever. Well, as you saw by the title, I thought I'd answer the age-old question that has been bothering motorcyclists for decades. Which V-Strom should you get? The 1000 or the 650? Right now I am on a 2019 Suzuki V-Strom 650 XT. The XT is for cheap handguards. But yeah, some people have asked me that. I've posted some videos. And I realized that it might look a little bit odd that I sold my 1000 and bought a 650. But I'd like to set the record straight that that's merely a coincidence.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
If I had to choose today what to get, and money was no object, I would get the 1000. But I want to be very specific about this. I would get the new 1050 XT with the 6-axis IMU, throttle by wire, and cruise control. It may seem like a minor thing to you, and it does probably seem minor to people who haven't experienced electronic cruise control, but once you've tried it, it's very hard not to get a bike without it. I'm sorry, the fanciest throttle lock in the world is no match to electronic cruise control. And I had never had cruise control until I got the MT-10. When I started doing some long rides on the MT-10, just clicking on that cruise control whenever I could. Wow, that is just... it is really nice, and I would not get the old gen of the Suzuki V-Strom 1000. I'd get the new 1050 just because of the cruise control. But with that said, they redid the looks. I think it looks great. I am in love with that yellow bike. I know a lot of people don't like yellow, but I just love that yellow bike. That is the coolest thing. The journey to buying the 650 was a long and arduous one, and one that I really didn't even consider getting this bike at the beginning. So the plan was to get a BMW GS 1200, if you can believe that. I know some people are biased against that bike. The perfect opportunity happened, and I wasn't really planning on doing it, but because BMW came out with a new gen, with a new engine, the GS 1250, there was only going to be this one period of time where you could get an old gen for a discounted price. And I waited months and months and months for that. I sold the V-Strom. I was all ready to do it, and I was going to get the GSA 1200. And but with the discounts, it was still $20K And in the end of the day, I wimped out. I basically wimped out. I admit it. I couldn't pull the trigger. I couldn't spend $20,000 on a motorcycle, even though it's probably going to be my last bike. And I really didn't want to get rid of the MT-10. That's what my other idea was, to get rid of the MT-10. And I gotta be careful down here, because this is actually pretty funky, or at least it was when I came over the other way. All right, there's my first river crossing. Huh? Pretty exciting, huh? But I'll put a list of the bikes up on the screen, and I spent most of the time looking at specs, comparing the bikes, watching reviews, but eventually you come down to the list of prices, and when you put them all together like that, the one that stands out is the V-Strom 650. And I really just wanted another adventure bike. That's what I wanted. I wanted something kickback that I didn't have to be too worried about. I could ride slowly and enjoy the scenery and just have another adventure bike. And I knew the 650 engine very well, and I like it. I like both engines for different reasons. They're both fantastic engines. There's something about that DL1000 and the 650 is just cool, especially if you're in the right gear. Oh, see that mountain lion? He agreed with me. Get in the right gear, man. You're in the twisties. And I wasn't confident about the future of the economy. What happens if there was some crisis and the economy took a nosedive and everybody lost their job, and you know, and guess what happened? What's the sheriff all the way out here? That's kind of a fun little turn. I mean, part of the reason why I get an adventure bike like this is to do long rides, to have fun. I want something reliable that I don't really have to be too concerned about. And even though on the BMW I wouldn't treat it like, you know, some kind of special collector's bike, or be fawning over it all the time and cleaning it and stuff. I mean, I'd actually ride it. I don't know, it would still be in the back of my head how expensive the bike was. And I don't know, it took part of the fun out of it. Now, if you have a lot of money, you're a millionaire or a billionaire, then more power to you. You don't have to worry about those types of things. But when you're a poor schmuck like me, you know, money comes into play. The cost of things is a determining factor. And the other reason, which I put in my video, was I really like the SV650. If I had a lot of money, I'd probably get one just to have it. I just, you know, not that it was one of my all-time favorite bikes that I used to race a lot, but I did race one, and they were just fun as hell. I just love that little engine. And I thought, you know what, I really just like, I'm kind of beyond the point of rolling over bikes. I just want to keep them now. And it's like, okay, I'm going to have a certain amount of bikes in my stable, as it were. What are they going to be? And yeah, I want an SV650, and that's what I was first thinking about. And I'm just like, but do I really want to ride an SV650? So that's another reason why I like this bike, is that I get the engine, but I don't get the painful seating position. It always amazes me when I would come out here when I was younger. I would come out here and there's just no cars out here, nobody, for miles and miles and miles, and you come around a turn and there's a guy on a bicycle. It's like, dude, what are you doing out here in the middle of nowhere? But back to my story, and the other reason, which was the title of that video, you know, is Lighter Better. I do like to throw bikes around in the twisties, you know, and even though the suspension is not the best in the world, or you know, you're going to be going super fast, it's just more fun for me, especially now that I'm older. It's just easier for me to manhandle a lighter bike. So I got the risers on here, 15 millimeter, but I wish, excuse me, I didn't do it myself because I couldn't get these bolts out. I couldn't get them. I didn't want to force them. And I don't think I had the right size Allen wrench anyway, so I had the guys at the shop do it for me. Santa Barbara Motorsports. They did a really good job and very inexpensive, so kudos to them. But I think I would like the handlebars to be canted a little bit more forward. Now I think we're getting up closer to the water crossing. This better be recording. Look at this big river bed thing. That is just amazing. But I think when it comes down to the V-Strom 1000 to 650, it's really up to you. What turns you on the most? What makes more sense to you? And I do feel in the past, a lot of people got the 650 over the 1000 because it was lighter, because they were going to do more off-road stuff. You can still go off-road with the 1000, and you can still go, obviously go off-road with the 650. But as far as going really off-road and going nuts, neither bike is that good for it. You can go on dirt roads and fire roads and things and do stuff like that. I like them because of the layout of an adventure bike is really nice for a tall person. It has higher suspension. It's great for touring, and that's the big thing in the last 10 years. Adventure bikes have really come into its own as being the new touring bike. You know, there's no more sport tours, there's no more big touring bikes, everything's adventure bikes, and people are riding them on the road. All right, this is the big moment, guys. We're coming up to the river crossing. Now watch those guys do it easy. I'm really overhyping this thing. It's very tiny, but it's the mud. It's not the water. I want to make this really dramatic. Let's get in the right gear here. This is really, oh, here we go. Oh man, this is great. All right, because I came by here the first time, and let's just take it real slow so we can enjoy the. So it's really muddy in here. See, look at this. Some water here, but here's the deep part. So we'll go through this now. I got wet. I got all wet. My feet got all wet. Look. Whoa. Oh. See? BMW GS. See, we timed that. That was all timed. I know those guys, you know, it was all to make a poignant point in this video. Well, I should have just got the GS. Kind of a definition of dirt, and look at this. Look at that torque, man. See, now that it's broken in a little bit, I can actually open up the engine a little bit. I'm tall. You really need to put a riser on this. And the tall seat. If you're not tall, the bike's great. Especially, would be great for small guys. Whoa, whoa. Tar snake. That's the tar snake portion of the video. They put some new tar snakes down just to make the video exciting. I know I'm sounding like this is going to be the cruise control channel, but wow, it is nice. I remember as a kid, I actually put a throttle lock on one of my bikes. I rode a bike let's see, down 101 from San Francisco to LA, and 101, I mean 101 is like the 5 in some places, just a straight line. And I just had one of the old school ones where you just click it like that. Probably better than this one. And that was great. And I was a kid. I mean, I didn't have any arthritis or muscle pain or anything back then. Have you seen the video of me eating lunch?
Got some salsa.
Was that exciting or what? Watching me eat a burrito? So the trick is, I think, is to, oh, what was this guy doing? I caught up to my friends, my buddies. They didn't want to be in the video, so I let them go ahead. But now I've caught up to them because they're so slow. Cue Ray's Peak. Look at that. Oh, I don't think we're even close to it. This is nice though. Oh, I don't want to make this guy nervous. There it is up there. Alright, here we go. Ray's Peak is closed. I usually go up here, but it is closed. Pine Mountain Summit. And a lot of people here. A lot of people here. So how many miles on it? What are we doing here? 745. So, and we've broken it in. Mud and a river crossing. It's broken in now, guys. Bike is officially an adventure bike. You can tell I'm in a good mood. I mean, it's nice weather, 72 degrees. Yeah, it's very windy back there, but yeah. Look at these rock formations. Look at that. And there's where I live. That's my motorhome right there. I'm gonna keep riding, but that's where I live right there. But yeah, I was thinking about those videos. I mean, the guy makes this wonderful video reviewing the V-Strom 1000 and says how great it is. Then he sells it and gets a 650. What the f***ing bipolar, schizophrenic, hypocritical is going on there? Huh? What the hell's going on? I thought he liked the 1000. And then he gets a 650. Doesn't make any sense. Well, hopefully I explained it. But I think what we'll do is we'll end the video under the shady tree. The shady tree has been kind of a very iconic place for my videos where I've gone to alleviate myself, eat snacks, drink water, around with video cameras, and do a lot of things, thinking that it was an abandoned house, that it was an abandoned property, and it turns out, I found out over a period of time that it wasn't abandoned. See, there is somebody there. There's a person. Wow. The shady tree. Boom. It's gonna pull up over here. Okay, guys. Whew. It was a spirited ride. Try and get my leg up over the thing. Oh. That was a spirited ride. But thanks, guys, for watching. Ride safe. Stay home. You know, I appreciate the stay home hashtag, but you know what the hashtag really is? Considering the thing that's going on. It's hashtag survive.
I'm contemplating shooting a video. I don't really have any ideas, but I was thinking of doing V-Strom 1000 versus 650.